Ambassador of Hungary to the Philippines, His Excellency Dr. Joseph Benze. And he is accompanied by the Deputy Chief of Mission, David Ambrose. Today we are signing a very important memorandum of agreement between the Philippine News Agency and the Media Support and Asset Management Fund. In Hungarian, how do you say this in Hungarian, Your Excellency? This one?
Under Media Support and Asset Management Fund.
Médiaszolgáltatás.
Magyar Médiaszolgáltatás-támogató Vagyonkezelő. And in Hungarian, what is the...
So today, before we proceed with our signing of the MOA, we will just, if you will allow us, we will just show a short video to introduce to His Excellency Benze, our Presidential Communications Operations Officer. If you can play the video.
In the span of just a few months, the Presidential Communications Operations Office, or PCOO, has evolved its role from disseminating news and information from the President, executive branch, and other government agencies to fully
Akivel kéne csináltatni fotót onnan. Kinek? Jó.
Constituency building and social mobilization in support of the policies, programs, projects of the President. This year, PCOO has already launched several integrated campaigns to heighten the citizens' awareness of the administration's programs and achievements, namely Duterte. What started as a forum with top economic and infrastructure officials is now an international campaign to showcase the Duterte administration's projects, policies, and progress in achieving economic growth and development for our country. In order to combat inaccurate statistics and fake news, PCOO has produced real numbers page in coordination with various government agencies to ensure that Filipinos and the international community are informed with data that is correct and validated. ASEAN 2017, a global campaign to increase awareness, understanding, and appreciation of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations' purpose, the Philippine chairmanship, and its rich 50-year history. With violent extremism on the rise, PCOO has formed Defend Republic in order to counter radical ideals and unite the country against terrorism. One with the 99. In partnership with the Department of Finance, this campaign heightens public awareness of and support for the Duterte administration's proposed tax reform. The Department of Energy's collaboration with PCOO that's designed to empower Filipinos by providing information and options on the intelligent utilization of energy resources. An initiative to convene different agencies tasked to rebuild and rehabilitate Marawi City. PCOO also led a roundtable discussion on countering fake news and communicating the right information with the ASEAN ministers, and the signing of the Memorandum of Cooperation with Japan to communicate disaster information through the Emergency Warning Broadcast System. It's an exciting year as PCOO launches a new lineup of platforms and programs such as Salam Digital TV, PNA Newscast Online, Radio Pilipinas, the launch of FM1, and FM2, Totoo Lang with Erwin Tulfo, and many more. This information was sold in this leading the positive change of the nation.
The primordial waters of the Danube River, from which the Duna media service provider takes its name, symbolically flows into our Philippine news agency today. With the signing of a historic memorandum of agreement which we are about to witness, it is an honor for us to bridge our government news agency and Hungary's media network through an all-encompassing official document that details the electronic delivery of news services to and from the Philippines and Hungary. This is a recording of history, and we are connecting the communication of current news to and from Manila and Budapest, and from these cities to the people nationwide in our respective countries, translated in the official native languages, including draft extracts of selected articles. The Memorandum of Agreement also provides for exchanges of visits from journalists, technicians, news photographers, and other media practitioners. In truth, we bring the world into our lives, the places, the events, the characters, and the vast arena of geophysical politics. Through this synchronicity, we welcome Hungary's interesting stories, and in reciprocity, the blend of Philippine, Asian, and Western sensibilities from our Philippine reports. By understanding the commonalities of our human quest for truth, justice, and peace, we become participating partners in the transformation of humanity in our localities for the better. The reality of what we are doing today will reverberate for many future generations. As head of our government's communications office, receive my full support, and let us embark on this great responsibility together and bear witness to an extraordinary moment that now defines our future work in the delivery of news and current affairs. The best of our times is already here. Congratulations and thank you. I now give the floor to Ambassador, His Excellency Dr. Joseph Benze.
Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Dear Secretary, Mr. Martin Antanar. Magandang umaga. It is a very great pleasure to be here today because we started a long time ago this work, and now will be the final step, the signature. I'd like to give some information about the Hungarian embassy. We reopened the Hungarian embassy last year, end of March. Our political and diplomatic contact, 45 years old. It was opened, the Hungarian embassy, more than 26 or 27 years ago, but it was closed when there was a political change, and the Hungarian government decided about the reopen ceremony, and my minister, my foreign and trade minister, visited to Manila last year in March. He could meet with President Duterte in Davao, and we made economic cooperation agreement. It is a very, very important step was, and we established the Philippine-Hungarian Joint Economic Committee. The first meeting will be in Hungary this year, maybe in October or in November in Budapest. And our diplomatic work consists of three pillars. The first pillar is our idea, the traditional diplomacy. It's okay. The other very important pillars, economic diplomacy, and the third is a cultural or public diplomacy. Cultural and public diplomacy is a soft diplomacy. For example, a culture, music, and picture, and a lot of art is a word language. Hungary is a Catholic country. We are closer about our religion. We have a trade attaché in the Hungarian embassy, and we made an agreement between our chamber of commerce. It was very important step, and we signed education work plan for the next 3 years. Our minister, Mr. Siarto, and Secretary Cayetano made this agreement last year in New York. And we have a new agreement about the science cooperation. And it's very important information. The Hungarian government decided about the special Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship project. And the Hungarian government would like to give for the Philippine students 35 positions for the bachelor, master degree or PhD degree. This year, from September, we'll go to Hungary to learn in the Hungarian universities, 11 Philippine students. But we would like, if next time, 35 Philippine students could go to Hungary, because it is totally free. It is totally free. And the students could choose about English, German, or French language. And my question, why only 11 students will go to Hungary? Maybe because our communication wasn't enough. Next time, I hope, after the signature, our communication could be better and more useful. We opened 2 Hungarian honorary consulates in the Philippines the last time. In this year, in April, in Angeles City, the honorary consul is Mr. Yushchenko Tito, who was honorary consul before for the whole country when he wasn't Hungarian embassy. His competence from Angeles City to the Luzon, and I could open the Hungarian honorary consulate in Cebu City in April. The honorary consul competences for the Visayas, and in autumn, in October, maybe 12th of October, we are planning to open the other Hungarian honorary consulate in Davao City. Our common goal is to get more and more information about each other's country, because I'd like to see when the Hungarian people can show where is the Philippine, and the Philippine citizens know where is the Hungary in the Central Europe, not only on the map, about the news. And it is my opinion, it is very important, let the news be holy, let the opinion be free. But the first sentence is very important. The news has to be holy. Now we live in the digital world. There is a news very, very important. Immediately can go the news to the US or England or Africa, not only Europe, and not only in the country. And it is a really very, very hard competition. And finally, I'd like to give you one information. 150 years ago, there was a Hungarian justice minister, Mr. Franz Deák. He said, what is the best press law? The best press law is one sentence. One sentence. Do not lie. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, Dr. Joseph Bengze. And now we proceed to the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding of Agreement. Sign here. This is mine. Here. This is yours. By the way, we also have the News and Information Bureau Director Gigi Agtay. And we also have Undersecretary USEC, Undersecretary Gatbayat. That's in here. This is yours, Your Excellency. You heard the ambassador say that they will be opening 35 scholarship positions, different courses, undergraduate, master's, and PhD, and perhaps some of our friends in the media and government media will be interested. You can always send your application form to the PCOO, and we shall forward it to the embassy once you have expressed your intention. Is Gigi signing? That concludes our Memorandum of Agreement. Meron ba tayong photo opportunity? Over there. So we can just show them. Just show it like that. G, you want to stay here? Tayo, stand up. Just shake your hand.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We will now entertain questions. Siguro, first of all, questions pertinent to the signing. A couple of questions about the signing of the Memorandum of Agreement between the Philippine News Agency and the Media Support and Asset Management Fund of Hungary. First question. Okay. I will pass this to Director Gigi Agtay because she is the one managing the agreement.
Basically, the Memorandum of Agreement is news exchange and cooperation by sharing best practices, information, and the news to expand the reach of the Philippine news and information to almost 200, although there are only a few Filipinos in Hungary. They're close to 200. But since Hungary is has become a vibrant country since they opened their embassy 2 years ago after a lull of 22 years. Based on statistics, Hungary is the Philippines' 40th trading partner, and the Philippines is the fourth partner of Hungary in terms of importing vegetables and fruits, among others. And I understand, like, when they opened the embassy in March last year, they forged 4 trade agreements and another cultural agreement since March 2017. So including this one. So I'm not privy with the other agreements that has been forged since the opening, but I'm sure that would be several.
Any more question about the Memorandum of Agreement? Sure.
You mean we're going to expand and distribute our news here to Hungary?
Yeah, there would be like in all memorandum of agreements that state media forges with the different countries. So this is a mutual news exchange and cooperation.
And vice versa?
And yes, it would be symbiotic. So far, we had, since 2016, there had been several, let me count, with China Radio International. We also have this, the other Chinese state media, like Xinhua. Actually, Xinhua has been, PNA has a standing agreement with Xinhua years ago, decades ago, but it was formalized like during the past 2 years. And then we also have Yonhap, that's in South Korea. And recently, the PCOO forged a Memorandum of Understanding in South Korea during the President's visit sometime in June. So that is with, this is in the aspect of broadcasting. And yeah, and also China, CCTV. And soon, the agreement is being formalized with TASS, that's Russia's news agency. And then there's another one coming with a Sputnik news agency in Russia. So this only goes to show that the PCOO is very aggressive in forging agreements and being active in terms of disseminating the news of the government information programs and activities to all over the world.
Let me add to that, we also have an agreement with the government of Russia. We've also forged an agreement with Japan, and I am in close contact with our counterparts in Australia. We have an upcoming agreement with the government of Thailand, and we are also finalizing an agreement with Malaysia and the Bernama news agency of Malaysia. So we are open to forging agreements with all countries. Wala naman tayong pinipili. Some of you might ask why China, Russia. We also have Japan. We also have Hungary now. We also signed an agreement with South Korea. And we will be signing soon an agreement with Thailand. We will be renewing our agreement with Myanmar and also Malaysia. Nagkataon lang na nagkaroon ng change of government in Malaysia, so medyo naantala yun. But we keep on moving forward to improve our government media. And I believe personally that the more that we send our government media personnel abroad, na expand yung kanilang horizon beyond the Philippine shores at vice versa. As a matter of fact, I have also been advocating sending or offering this to private media here in the Philippines. Like, for instance, the last China scholarship, there were several media from the private sector na sumali doon. And I've spoken to the ambassador of South Korea to the Philippines, and they will also be offering the scholarships to Filipinos. And just like what Ambassador Joseph mentioned earlier, 35 positions from Hungary. And I do also hope that we can open this to private media, Your Excellency. Thank you.
Excuse me, I'd like to give you other information. According to my job, I have to read and to see several newspapers and news from the Philippines, newspaper from the Hungary, and my experience, there are only bad news. Only bad news. From Philippines, the Hungarian people can read about Philippine catastrophe, typhoon, earthquake. It is a big problem. And nobody knows the build program. For example, nobody knows the Bangsamoro organic law with signing ceremony today maybe here. A lot of good news is disappeared. And vice versa. The Philippine people can read about from the four stronger men, Mr. Putin, Erdogan, Duterte, Orban. Orban is a Hungarian prime minister. I'd like if the balance could be better about the news. Maybe it will become. And for example, Secretary Piñol visited to Hungary last year 2 times. It was very successful. It was very successful cooperation and meeting. Mr. Lopez, the trade minister, from the trade ministry, visited to Hungary this year in February. For example, the Hungarian water company made earlier visibility study for the Laguna Lake rehabilitation. I think it is very important news. I every day can see from my window the Laguna Lake. I would like to see the lake could be better and more popular. And we have a lot of culture program in the Philippines. For example, the Hungarian very famous dancing group will come to give a performance in November. And we are planning to organize a Hungarian Film Fest. It could be totally free, with 4 or 5 Hungarian very famous films in Manila in November. We would like to show the winner of Academy film in Manila and in Davao in October. And the very famous Hungarian composer and conductor will come to Manila, Mr. Thomas Vásári. There will be the performance with the Philippine Philharmonic Orchestra. And here is a Kodály Society of Manila. It was established in 1985, and this is working. We could organize a lot of programs. For example, Canta Course Festival in this year, and a very fantastic children course will go to Hungary in August. There will be the 9th international competition for the children course. A lot of news. We could give information about this news. Thank you very much.
Any more questions about Hungary? If there are none, we can proceed to the next topic. Vince. Lana? Sorry? Oh yeah, we're. You're free to go. But how many? The two questions. It's two questions. My clarification. Yeah, two questions. No, two questions. Because I have to go to the palace. Yeah. Maybe you can bring them. Stay here. Stay here.
Nice meeting you again.
Thank you. Thank you. So congratulations. This time
Finally.
Thank you very much.
Itin mo lang. Itin mo nila. Dito ka na. So the tougher questions now. The local, national issues naman. Joseph.
What do you think of what Mocha did?
First of all, let me clarify that the engagement of ASEC Mocha to help in the federalism campaign did not come from the PCOO. The PCOO cannot decide on its own only. We have to cooperate with the interagency. And the interagency has the ILG on board, the CHED on board. We have the CONCOM on board. And of course, the PCOO. So hindi pwedeng kami lang ang magdesisyon. Now, there was no appointment of an official spokesperson for federalism from this interagency. So this is between the spokesperson Ding Generoso and ASEC Mocha. Sila yung nag-usap dito. Number two, napag-usapan namin last Tuesday, which by the way was our second meeting about the communication strategy of federalism, that DILG heads the content creation of the federalism campaign. And PCOO will manage the distribution of the content. And it is also the DILG that shall determine who the official spokespersons or talking heads of the federalism communications campaign. DILG. What did I say?
The ILG will determine the...
Yeah. I said yeah. The DILG will determine the number of spokespersons, the talking heads of federalism. So wala pong binanggit dun sa interagency na isang ASEC, isang USEC, wala ho. It's going to be DILG. This is still in the process of being finalized, the entire plan. Okay? Even the 90 million, the 80 to 90 million na lumalabas na budget for the federalism campaign. 10 million pesos of that 90 million pesos shall go to PCOO. Pero wala pa rin yung memorandum of agreement doon. Wala pang nada-download sa PCOO. Number three, when the name of ASEC Mocha came out of media, it was already discussed that si spokesperson Ding Generoso ang kumausap kay ASEC Mocha. So hindi po official ito na interagency. Walang sinasabi ang interagency na si ASEC Mocha ang spokesperson. As a matter of fact, last weekend, tumawag sa akin si Executive Secretary Bingbong Medialdea. At sinabi sa akin ni Executive Secretary Bingbong Medialdea na kailangan natin ng mga spokespersons, kailangan natin ng mga talking heads na talagang eksperto sa subject na federalism. Yun, yung mga members ng CONCOM, the former Chief Justice Puno, nandyan din si former Senate President Aquino Pimentel, Dean Aquino, and so much more. No? Sorry. Yeah. So yun po yung napag-usapan nung last weekend. And I confronted spokesperson Ding Generoso today. I told him that kailangan mag-disengage siya kasi hindi naman siya din nagpaalam sa PCOO.
Sino siya?
Spokesperson Ding Generoso.
Disengage?
Oh, ng CONCOM. Oh, kasi siya naman ang kumausap kay Mocha, hindi naman kami. Oh, kumbaga siya dumiretso sa kay ASEC Mocha without even informing, number one, the interagency, and informing me as the head of this department. Dapat merong go signal from our department. Wala naman akong go signal. Wala naman paalam. No, sabi ko, kailangan niyang mag-disengage muna kasi kailangan kong kausapin si Mocha. Kasi umiinit na nga yung issue. So I talked to him this morning. Sabi ko kay Ding, I have yet to speak with ASEC Mocha. I already messaged her about it. Pero again, as the sorry?
Wala bang reply?
Wala pa. I'll have to check. I don't have my phone.
Wow. Kailan mo message?
This morning.
Wala pang reply.
This morning. I need to talk to you.
Okay.
To talk to you. But I've spoken to Ding Generoso kasi siya kasi yung kumausap kay Mocha. Hindi naman ako kumausap kay Mocha. Hindi naman yung interagency yung kumausap kay Mocha. So therefore, it's not official. Kaya medyo na bad trip si ES nung kausap ko siya. Kasi nga wala namang official announcement na merong spokespersons. And we already agreed last Tuesday, kung meron man magsasalita, it's going to be the members of the CONCOM. It's going to be advocates of federalism na i-approve ng DILG. And napag-usapan rin namin yung mga cabinet secretaries na meron pong mga rehiyon, meron pong mga probinsya that they can help go down and assist the federalism communications campaign and explaining to perhaps their kababayans kung ano po yung federalism. So yun po yun. But as far as officially nagsimula na yung campaign, hindi pa po nagsisimula kasi wala pang ang memorandum of agreement, wala pang nada-download na pera sa PCOO.
So when you said bad trip set, CES, what does it mean? Was he disappointed? Was he happy?
No, he just said that we should use and we should ask the assistance of experts in the field of law and also experts on federalism. Kasi alam naman natin na napakadaming mga eksperto dyan, napakadaming version. And what we are following is the version of the CONCOM. So, kung pag-uusapan natin yung version of CONCOM, sino bang pinakamagaling dito? Kundi yung mga gumawa mismo.
Chief Justice yun.
O yung mga member ng komisyon.
Saan siya na bad trip?
Na-bad trip siya dun sa fact na umiikot sa media na si ASEC Mocha nga yung spokesperson na hindi naman. Kasi wala namang approval ang interagency. Hindi naman galing sa interagency yung pagbibigay ng authority na si ASEC Mocha yung spokesperson. Ang pagkakaintindi ko lang doon ay nag-usap sila ni spokesperson Ding Generoso, natutulungan sila ni ASEC Mocha para maparating sa masang Pilipino. Pero pwede naman siyang tumulong, pero hindi spokesperson, hindi official spokesperson. No?
Has he seen the video, CES?
I'm not sure. I haven't asked him because I spoke to ES before the video even came out. Because the video was sent to me by Arnold Clavio. Hindi ko na panood yung video. It was sent to me by Arnold. That was the only time that I saw the video.
When was that shot?
Sorry?
When was that shot, that video?
I don't know. I have no idea. Because when I saw the video, I looked at the Facebook page and it says there, Malacañang Catering Services. Wala namang official Malacañang Catering Services na Facebook ang PCOO. So, hindi ko alam kung kaninong Facebook page yun.
But kasama pa rin ba si ASEC Mocha dun sa grupo for information campaign?
Because Coco is saying, ilayo na siya.
Yeah.
Number one, ito muna ang gawin natin. Antayin muna natin nakausap ni ni spokesperson Ding, si Mocha. Kakausapin ko muna yung interagency. Kasi hindi pwede na ako lang ang nagdedesisyon dito. Kailangan kung anong sasabihin ko sa inyo, kung anong sabihin ko sa media, as far as communicating federalism is concerned, kailangan alam ng DILG, alam ni Secretary Anyo, alam of course ni Executive Secretary Bingbong Medaldea sapagkat siya yung nasa ibabaw nito si ES Medaldea. Siya talaga yung nagpatawag ng ilang meetings na. First meeting was with him. The second meeting was with Deputy Executive Secretary Ong.
Sir, nabanggit mo kanina na Ding Nerosio should have talked to you first.
Yes, so.
How did Mocha talk to you before engaging in federalism campaign?
Hindi pa kami nag-uusap. As a matter of fact, last week nagsalita nga ako, sabi ko wag natin maliitin si Mocha. Kasi nga kung mag-explain man siya in her own blog, I'm sure pag-aaralan nila 'yan because I was looking at kung ano man yung pinag-usapan nila ni Ding Generoso.
Malino ba naman, sir, na ang issue is not because she's supposed to be the spokesman or speaking in behalf of the interagency task force. It's the fact that she is a government official, and then apparently the backlash is parang she's making a mockery of the the campaign process to promote federalism.
Basta ganito sa akin, iba-ibang issue Number one, si Mocha ba yung spokesperson? As far as the interagency is concerned, no. Meron bang paalam sa PCOO si spokesperson Ding? Wala. So ngayon, it's up to Ding now to talk to Mocha. Kung ano man yung pinag-usapan nila, sa kanila lang yon. Basta hindi kasama dito yung interagency, hindi kasama dito ang PCOO kasi hindi nga dumaan sa akin. Hindi naman dumaan sa agency din. Sa interagency.
Si ASEC Mocha, sir, nung nag-usap sila ni Ding Nerosio na yun nga, ita-top shot, hindi rin nagpaalam sa inyo si ASEC Mocha.
Wala.
Sir, yung mga senator, sir, parang na-disappoint ang marami sa kanila regarding sa viral video, yung federalism campaign na na-post mo sa social media. Sabi ni Senator Coco Tunesco, sinasuggest niya na mag-leave muna daw sa trabaho si ASEC Mocha. Ano yung sasabi?
Well, that's the opinion of the former Senate President, Senator Pimentel. Kung ano man yung mga mangyayari in the future, abangan na lang ang susunod na kabanata. But what my job here is to put my foot down and say that this is not what PCOO and the entire interagency talked about. What we talked about last Tuesday was ano yung communications strategy, ano yung content, ano yung final message na gagawin ng DILG para ma-package ng PCOO so we can bring it to the provinces, to the regions. We can distribute it to the different islands of this country, whether we use social media, whether we use television, radio, on-the-ground communications, basta making the most out of government media and also talking to the private media, how we can partner with the private media in disseminating information about federalism.
Sir, sabi nyo kanina may issue like hindi siya PCOO sanction, hindi siya spokesperson ng federalism campaign. Pero as PCOO head, ano po yung take nyo sa video itself? Do you think it was off or may mali po ba sa video?
There is a better way to present federalism, and that is what we discussed during the interagency. For example, creating, number one, comics. Number two, social media cards. Number three, radio advertisements. Perhaps a jingle na gawa ni Lito Camo. Mga ganon, yung...
That kind of jingle, do you like that?
I'm sorry?
The viral jingle, you want that?
Yung ginamit mo.
Next question.
Sir, what will you do now? Will you discipline or
Discipline. I still have to talk to her. I haven't talked to her.
are you going to advise that, sir?
I'll talk to her first, and I'll let you know.
Should she stay away? Should she stay away from federalism?
I'm sorry?
Number one, first, what do you think is the effect of that kind of attitude towards something as serious as changing our constitution? What is the effect of that kind of video?
Number one, just like any case, just like any issue, I have to talk to the source. I have to know what was running in their minds. I don't want to prejudge or say something now without even talking to her and asking her what was that all about, or even talking to the guy he was with.
Sino ba yun?
I think he's a blogger. I
And he
don't.
did it here.
Yeah, I think he's a blogger. I have not met
And he
the
has
guy.
access here?
I'll talk to Mocha about that. I'll talk to all of those issues, and once I've talked to Mocha, and once once I get the explanation from her, then we can talk again.
So, will you ask ASEC Mocha not to talk about federalism for now?
I'm sorry.
As head of PCOO, will you ask or will you instruct ASEC Mocha not to talk about federalism right now?
I will talk to her first, and then I will tell you kung ano yung mga orders ko sa kanya as the head of this
Is
agency.
she going to be helpful after this?
I'm sorry?
Do you think she's still going to be helpful after this?
There's so many programs that Mocha hosts as a PCO Assistant Secretary. One is the DDS podcast, the other was Good News Duterte, under the realm of PCOO, under RTVM. We show it on Radyo Pilipinas. We also show it on the Presidential Communications Facebook page. We also show it on PTV. And as far as the programs that we have produced for her, the programs are concerned, maayos naman yung mga programa na ginagawa namin para kay Mocha. Again, yung mga questions ninyo na hindi ko masagot kayon, kakausapin ko muna si Mocha. Gusto kong malaman kung ano yung iniisip nila while they were filming that federalism program or that game show. I think it was a game show. Yeah. Thank you.
Clarification lang kasi si Mocha Oson, asset for social media. Sabi niyo, hindi nagpaalam sa inyo nung pumasok siya dyan sa information campaign with regards to federalism. Mayroon ba siyang plastic authority kahit hindi siya magpaalam sa superior?
I will have to talk to, nandun nga yung conflict doon kasi dumiretso nga yung CONCOM spokesperson sa kanya, kay Mocha. Hindi naman ako kinausap ng CONCOM spokesperson. Tapos gusto ko malaman yung storya talaga sa likod noon. Ano ba nangyari? Bakit nagganto? Bakit hindi humingi ng go signal ang CONCOM spokesperson sa interagency? And let me also just state the fact that after ginawa ng CONCOM itong draft constitution, doon pumasok yung interagency para magtulungan dito sa communications. So, alamin ko kung ano rin nasa isip ni Ding, bakit niya nagawa yon. Pero now, as we speak, sinasabi ko na nga sa inyo, it's official that mag-uusap muna ang interagency, walang spokesperson na ma-appoint na hindi nanggagaling sa interagency. Kailangan manggaling sa amin ang desisyon kung sino yung official spokesperson, kung sino pwede magsalita. Magkakaroon pa nga tayo ng training para sa mga trainers ng federalism. So yun lang po. Maraming salamat at magandang tanghali.
Thank you.
Okay, okay.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. So sir, wala pang decision to ilayo siya. Ikaw pag nagpe-press con ka, mainit. Sir, so ibig sabihin, wala ka pang decision ngayon whether it's going to be beneficial for MOCA, for the government, for MOCA to stay away from the campaign.
Ang pinaka-beneficial dito, sundin ang atas ng interagency na walang dapat nagdedesisyon na walang paalam sa interagency.
So henceforth, yung mga...
Kailangan galing sa amin, official dapat na kami magsabi, PCOO and the interagency, kung sino talaga ang pwedeng, kung sino lang ang pwedeng magsalita para sa federalism. Outside of this, it's not official. Now, kung gusto nila magsalita, kung sino gusto magsalita, maraming version yan, pwede sila magsalita. Officially, the interagency will talk about what was written in the official federalism draft constitution written by the CONCOM.
Anthony, kaya
But this is still open for scrutiny. Magbabago pa ito kasi kakausapin nga natin iba't ibang groups na meron ding interest dito sa... Okay na tayo?
No. So, ibig sabihin, after this... Pabuka lang.
Hindi ko alam. I don't know the blogger.
Mark, thank you. Sir, so ibig sabihin, after nito, dapat wala na tayong makitang mga off-message na mga...
Anything official from the interagency galing sa PCOO, galing sa akin,
yes,
galing sa DILG Secretary, galing kay ES Medaldea, at galing dun sa mga miyembro ng Constitutional Commission.
But how do we prevent other government officials? Will you prevent?
We will give you a statement and we will release a document saying kung sino lang pwede ang magsalita.
But can you prevent other government officials from doing stuff?
We cannot prevent people from saying because it's their right to speak.
Okay.
Pero yung official stand ng Duterte government will come from the interagency. Magpapadala kami ng guidelines soon, within this week. Thank you po.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.